Welcome to AB Crafty. I'm Daniela, and I've gotten really into moss and terrariums over the last few years. I've made all sorts of different types, but after seeing some fillable jewelry in a store, I thought, what if I made some terrariums into living wearable pieces? I wanted a real, breathing ecosystem, complete with a tiny cleaning crew. To start, I of course needed some moss. Now, I do have a bunch of tubs that I've sustainably collected over the years, but my patio needed cleaning anyways, so I scraped up the moss that was growing in the cracks. After removing the other plants growing out of it, it was ready to use. First up are the earrings. I got all of the jewelry pieces on Etsy, which I'll tag and link to in the description. For these earrings, I bought 4, so I'll save the other pair for a different project in the future. They're a teardrop shape made of glass, and it comes with 3 metal parts that I needed to assemble. I used pliers to open the jump ring and then slid on the top an earring piece. And why were these not pre-assembled? I don't know, but here we are, I just went with it. I was a little worried about how thin the glass might actually be, but thankfully they're nice and sturdy, and also I don't think they'll be too heavy that they'll pull on my ears. To make it easier to hold the glass base, I used a nail holder that I happened to buy literally that week. It comes with the tacky stuff that you use to safely hang things, which worked perfectly to hold the glass in place. It even has a little magnetic stand to make it more stable. Now I didn't have to worry about the tiny terrarium slipping out of my hand, which we all know would have happened. Since this container is so small, I'm quite limited in my options of moss to use. I selected some of the shortest types as options and then started filling the bottom with the dirt. I actually got this dirt by scraping it off some of the moss. This provides some color variation as well as a moist base for the moss. I found using tweezers was the easiest way to get the dirt in, and then I used just one end to help pack it down. They also helped to separate the moss into tiny pieces. I basically had to work with a single piece of moss at a time for these earrings since the container was just so small. For a bit of variation, I ended up using 2 different varieties, which provided some different textures. And since I'm me, I of course left a mess. To clean it up, I stretched the cotton out from a Q-tip, dipped it in water, and swirled it on the inside of the glass. And to give it a little bit of extra moisture, I put a drop of dechlorenated water in. I just used the dechlorination drops from my aquarium to dechlorinate it. Now I said I wanted to make it a full ecosystem, and this meant adding some springtails. These tiny buggers will help eat any mold that might come up, as well as decaying moss and biofilm. These little guys serve as the cleaning crew for nearly all of my terrariums. And before you get worried about them being trapped in these little terrariums, they do thrive in this sealed container, so moving them to a similar environment of high humidity isn't so different. But something I didn't fully think through was how to get them from the container into the tiny opening. In past terrariums, I've been able to tap them in, so I started with that. And while I managed to get 1 or 2 in, honestly, it's hard to tell because they're so small, but a crap ton ended up all over the table. So for the next 10 minutes, it was a game of springtail wrangling. So if anyone has any ideas on how to do this better going forward, please let me know in the comments. The best I could do was use the damp Q-tip and try to pick them up onto it, or just try to get them to stick to it. But the problem is these little guys like to hop off or hop away when you get too close. Eventually, I did get enough in so I could seal it up. I thought I had waterproof Loctite, but apparently that didn't make our move to Nashville. So my next best option was my new favorite, Beacon 3-in-1. Not ideal, but the springtails are still alive days later. I at least did my best to wipe off any excess and let it gas off some fumes before sealing it up. I then repeated the process for the second earring to have the full set, and once they were dry enough, I pulled them off their stands. The putty comes off easily, by the way. All you need to do is just squish more putty against it and it'll come off. I put a little more dirt in one of them, but otherwise I think they match pretty darn well. Stay to the end to see the full close-up reveal of all the pieces under a magnifying glass. Next, I wanted to make a matching pendant to go with the earrings. This time though, I had two options of how to display it. The first was having the opening on the bottom, which meant building on the flat side. The other option was I could have the opening on the top, which meant I could fill the container itself. So I ended up going with the latter since I'd be able to get more inside this way. I again set it up on the stand. I really was quite proud of myself for thinking of this. It made it so much easier, especially with my clumsy hands. Since this container was much bigger, it was definitely easier to create. Just as before, I started with a base layer of dirt, but this time I added some water to start. My thought process was it would help level things out if it wasn't too dry. With the first layer complete, it was ready for moss. Again, because the container was bigger, I was able to use taller varieties in bigger chunks. I did one at a time and tried to push it against the dirt as I placed them. I missed Moss Day during my Tennessee Naturalist classes, so I don't know the name for this type. I just like to call it star moss. But I absolutely love this one, so I was really excited to use it in this larger container. As you can see, I did get a little too excited though, and ended up having to take some out. But once it was how I liked it, I cleaned it out and added some more water. Since the opening was much wider, it was so much easier to get the springtails in this time. And for the glue, I focused it along the outside of the glass to create the seal, trying to keep the glue away from the springtails. I think it might be the round shape of the pendant, but I absolutely love this one. I just need to get a matching chain for it. I also realized it could actually be used as like a keychain or hanging decor, which would be pretty dang cool. So now that I had a set of earrings and a pendant, I of course needed to make a matching ring. This was definitely unique since the base is a flat piece, so the dome needs to fit over everything. Therefore, my options for moss were much more limited. As you can see, I tried a few different types before inevitably deciding I needed to use the shortest moss I had, which I think is called carpet moss. And then I also needed to remove a fair amount of the dirt from under it. It also needed to fit into the center so the dome could fit all the way around it. The conclusion was using a few small pieces and clumping them into the middle. After adding some water, I got the dome ready with glue. It stays tacky for a while, so I wasn't too worried about it drying out. However, adding the springtails ended up being the most chaotic task. I tried tapping some on, but as I've said, they're pretty bouncy little suckers, so I ended up using the moss to try and catch them. And then I actually impressed myself with using the tweezers to crazy delicately pick up a few. Between various methods, I did get enough to be able to add the dome. While this one was super simple, I honestly think it actually might be my favorite. It's probably because you can see everything inside. So now for the magnifying glass to see each of these up close. I can't get over how pretty these all turned out. Now the key is gonna be keeping it alive, so I'm gonna have them on my desk in front of a window. Because they're completely sealed, the moisture level will remain. I'll just have to keep an eye on how much light they receive. I need to balance giving them enough sun so the moss doesn't feel the need to stretch for it, but then not giving too much sun, cooking it like a greenhouse. As long as I see some condensation, I know the humidity is there and the water cycle is working. And in theory, I can always remove the seal and make any adjustments as necessary. So which one was your favorite? And what else should I turn into a terrarium? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe for more crafty tutorials. And to see what I'm making day to day, be sure to follow me across my socials.